I'll share my presentation here.
Yes, your voice is breaking, Dr. Himali.
Am I clearly audible for everyone?
To me, you are quite audible, but some parents are saying that your voice is breaking. So maybe that could be local internet connection problem at the parents' end, but your voice is clear to me.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. I'll try to speak a little louder also, so that everybody can hear. Yeah. So as yeah. So we all know what Down syndrome is. We know that it is a very. I just use this window somewhere so that I can see my presentation. Yeah. So we all know Down syndrome is the most common chromosome-related genetic condition that affects development of brain and body. So थोड़ा सा हम English और थोड़ा सा हम Hindi mix करके we will be addressing so that each and every one of you grabs what I'm trying to say. You all know about what Down syndrome is more than what probably I would also know. आप सबको पता है ना? There are a lot of physical and mental challenges that we come across, but still each and every child can lead a full and happy life. That's what we want to know. Now there are different types. This also we are aware. Most common type is trisomy 21, where there is an additional genetic material. There is an additional chromosome on 21, position 21. That's why and that's present in each and every cell of the individual. That's why the Down syndrome present. Now we also know that it is a genetic condition and related to the chromosomes and genes. That is why we are not able to cure it. But the treatment is all around taking care of the medical conditions that coexist with it, like congenital heart defects, taking care of the gastrointestinal problems, taking care of the leukemias, the ear and the eye problems. So each and everything may not exist with each and every child, but we need to be aware what all could be there, and we need to take care of each and every medical condition to have a very good and good life for the child ahead.
Dr. Himani,
yes,
sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Parents are saying that your voice is not audible to them. Do you have a headphone or an earphone with you? If you can connect that.
I think I have. Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I kept it very nice that. Just put it.
Yeah. Is it better now?
Much better, much better.
Okay, great. That's fantastic then. So going ahead, we all know people with Down syndrome are living longer than ever before. So as compared to what it used to be a couple of decades ago, the life expectancy has increased, and we have in the Guinness Book record where we have a person who has lived up to 83 years also. So that is very, very motivating, that if we do all kinds of positive things, all kinds of correct intervention, we can actually help our child or our adolescent lead an absolutely normal lifestyle and life with Down syndrome. So yes, mental health, why we want to talk about mental health in Down syndrome is because at least 50% of the children and adult can face some mental health concern during their lifespan. So 50% is quite a lot, and we need to make sure that we know about these mental health concerns, and then we can address them from time to time. So now, what does these concerns, why do we want to take care of, or why should any behavior which represents a mental health concern should be taken care of, or why and when does it become important? कब हमको उस mental health concern के और उस behavior को address करना चाहिए? When does it become so important? is कि जब कोई भी behavior, any behavior at any point, if it is interfering with the development or learning of our child, we need to take care of it. If it is disrupting the environment of the family or at school or at workplace, जैसे hitting आ गया और pushing है behavior एक. So if it is disrupting the environment in the school for the child, or if it is disrupting the family environment, then it needs to be addressed. If there is any kind of a behavior which is harmful to the child or adult with Downs, if there is self-injurious behavior, let's give an example, कि खुद को hit कर रहा है बच्चा, so that again has to be addressed. So if we are aware कि कब हमें red flag, red alert, alarm raise करना है, and when we need to ask for support, when we need to reach out to a healthcare professional who can help us, then we are in a
फिर उस दिन की
position.
तरह आवाज नहीं आ
आपको आवाज नहीं आ रहा है?
I think if
आवाज
they,
आ रहा है, आवाज आ रहा है.
हाँ.
I'm muting everyone. That would include Dr. Himani. You also just unmute yourself and continue.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess now I'm clearer to everybody.
Yeah.
So we will discuss age wise कि हम हर एज के हिसाब से कौन कौन से मेंटल हेल्थ कंसर्न्स है जिसके बारे में हमें मालूम होना चाहिए, the concerns that we need to know about in our children, in our teenagers, in young adults, and then in later on in adults as they grow older. So in early years, we know that there is some amount of limitation. The language skills have not developed. Speech is going to get a little delayed. Cognitive or problem solving abilities जो हैं वो भी थोड़ी सी borderline है या reduced हैं. The child may acquire non-verbal communication skills, जैसे इशारा करना, अगर मुझे कुछ चाहिए तो I'll take out my finger and point at things, or if I do this, the child understands, or the child can do this to make us understand that he's saying no, he or she is saying no. तो ये gestural communication होता है, non-verbal communication होता है. Verbal होता है कि हम मुंह से words बोलते हैं, we speak words and we express our need. So there is some amount of limitations in and there is a delay in development of these skills, which can also lead somewhere to and be a part of all these mental health concerns. So most commonly observed mental health concerns that we come across in younger age group would be a lot of anxiety, inflexible routines. So there could be a generalized anxiety existing in a child. We'll discuss one by one what are the symptoms of these a little later. We'll just enumerate them here. Then there could be some obsessive compulsive disorder. बहुत difficult terms हैं. Don't worry. इसके symptoms हम discuss करेंगे so that आप लोग parents घर पे identify कर सके कि अगर ये symptoms आते हैं तो हमें डॉक्टर के पास जाना है. Disruptive, inattentive, hyperactive, ये ADHD के symptoms होते हैं. तो ADHD या oppositional defined मतलब बिल्कुल कहना नहीं मानना, जो भी हम कहें उसका उल्टा करना. So वैसे वाले disruptive symptoms जो हैं वो भी exist कर सकते हैं, appear कर सकते हैं at some stage. जैसे बच्चा बड़ा हो रहा है, develop हो रहा है, उसके हिसाब से कभी-कभी autism के symptoms भी होते हैं, जिसमें एक ही तरह का सोशल इंटरैक्शन, जैसे मैंने हेलो किया तो जनरली डाउन सिंड्रोम बेबी विद डाउन सिंड्रोम इज कंसिडर्ड अ वेरी हैप्पी बेबी, वुड स्माइल बैक, विल से हेलो, विद इंटरैक्ट. सो दो सोशल स्किल्स आर देयर, बट इफ दे आर मिसिंग और उसके साथ में बच्चा कुछ रिपीट कर रहा है, एक ही ढंग से एक ही चीज को रिपीट कर रहा है, स्टीरियोटाइप बिहेवियर्स कहते हैं हम उनको, जिसमें बच्चा एक ही एक्टिविटी को, एक्शन को, बिहेवियर को या कोई भी खेलने के तरीके को एक ही ढंग से बार बार करता रहे. सो वो ऑटिज्म लाइक सिम्टम्स और ऑटिज्म स्पेक्ट्रम डिसऑर्डर कैन आल्सो बी also present along with Down syndrome in the child. Then there could be some sleep difficulties. Like that, it's very important because sleep difficulties and chronic sleep problems, they can exist in practically all age groups. So हमें aware रहना है कि क्या बच्चा रात को सो पा रहा है आराम से, दिन में fatigue, बहुत थकान तो नहीं रहती, दिन में sleepy तो नहीं रहता, irritable तो नहीं रह रही है. So all these sleep problems we need to be aware so that we can take care of them, we can address them as and when needed. In somewhere in the middle age group, as the child grows up, उनका speech आने लगता है, उनका थोड़ा problem solving abilities, they start understanding the surroundings, कि हमारे आसपास कौन है, हम स्कूल जा रहे हैं, हम कौन से क्लास में हैं, हमारा age group क्या है, हमारे peer कैसा है, हमारा family environment कैसा है. So they start interpreting a little about the surrounding as they grow up. And by that time they have a little speech, so they start using verbal communication skills also. So when all this is happening, so there are chances that there can be emergence of certain mental health concerns like depression, where they would not like to be at times they're differentiated and they would understand that and they would not like it, or there could be some kind, they would not want to go and to the birthday parties, or peer withdrawal would be there, interest कम हो जाएगा खेलने में कूदने में, routine activities में. In general anxious रह सकते हैं, anxiety can be there, again obsessive compulsive behaviors हो सकते हैं. And as they grow older, there is a chance that our child or an adult on with Down syndrome can show some signs of decline or regression in cognition and their social skills. So these we need to be aware of. अगर हमें पता है, जानकारी है इनके बारे में, तो हम time to time उनको address कर सकते हैं. और sleep difficulties, daytime sleepiness, again as I said, sleep difficulties we have to be aware and we have to be on an alert at all stages in their life. Again in older age, along with all these symptoms, जो ज़्यादा common होता है वो होता है regression. मतलब जो cognition और social skills उन्होंने achieve किया होता है, over as they grow old there is a chance of forgetting, dementia. तो भूलने लगते हैं. Alzheimer's is known to be very common in older age group. So अगर हमें पता है, जानकारी है, so we can continue to do some kind of cognitive stimulation for a longer time, some exercises, some brain gym exercises which can be introduced to reduce all these things. So अभी हमें जानकारी होनी जरूरी है कि what all we can come across when we are talking of mental health condition. अब अगर anxious है, anxiety का मतलब क्या है? What do you understand? आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कि मेरे बच्चे में या मेरे टीनेजर सन में या मेरे मैं डाउन सिंड्रोम हूँ तो मुझे एंजाइटी हो रहा है, कैसे पता चलेगा? जब आप बहुत ज्यादा चिंता करोगे, जब आप रेस्टलेस हो जाओगे, मतलब बच्चा रेस्टलेस है, कॉन्सेंट्रेट नहीं कर पा रहा किसी भी टास्क के अंदर, जो उसे अच्छा लगता था उसमें भी ध्यान नहीं दे पा रहा, बहुत इरिटेबल रह रहा है, हार्ट बीट इज रनिंग फास्ट. एट टाइम्स जब एंजाइटी, जनरलाइज एंजाइटी स्टेट होता है तो बहुत बार फिजिकल चेंजेस दे स्टार्ट अपीयरिंग, लाइक द हार्ट बीट बिकम्स फास्ट, द चाइल्ड स्टार्ट्स ब्रीदिंग रैपिडली, समटाइम्स स्वेटिंग होता है, माउथ बिकम्स ड्राई, they find trouble sleeping. So all these can be there. Most common most commonly the children get anxious when they have to come across a change of place or change of activity, transition. हम इसको transition कहते हैं, जब एक एक्टिविटी से दूसरे एक्टिविटी में, which is a routine for most of the children, but that routine time, जैसे खाना, डिनर के बाद सोने जाना है, घर से स्कूल आना है, स्कूल से घर जाना है, so these kinds of simple transition of activities, एक एक्टिविटी से दूसरा एक्टिविटी में रोल ओवर करते हुए उनको एंजाइटी एक्सपीरियंस हो सकती है. सो इसको हम कैसे कम कर सकते हैं, दैट वी कैन डिस्कस इन दी एंड. देन ऑटिज्म स्पेक्ट्रम में, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, रेपिटेटिव बिहेवियर्स रहेंगे, जैसे फिंगर्स, हैंड्स ऐसे फ्लैप करना, या फिंगर्स के थ्रू देखना, या आंख ऐसा टेढ़ा करके देखना, या फिर गोल गोल घूमना, स्पिन करना. कभी कभी कुछ वर्ड्स हैं, कोई नया वर्ड सीखा तो उसको पूरा दिन बोलते रहना विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द मीनिंग, वो वहां नहीं फिट होता है फिर भी उसको रिपीट कर रहे हैं. और बहुत सारे सेंसरी कंसर्न्स हो सकते हैं, रिवॉल्विंग ऑब्जेक्ट्स अच्छा लगना, फैंस देखना, एंड लैंग्वेज अंडरस्टैंड नहीं करना. अगर हमने छोटा छोटा इंस्ट्रक्शन कमांड, जो डाउन सिंड्रोम में भी बहुत सारे बच्चे अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं, उस लेवल का अंडरस्टैंडिंग ना होके विद सम अमाउंट ऑफ सोशल डिले, सोशलाइज नहीं कर रहे हैं, सो सोशल इंटरेक्शन नहीं होगा, कम्युनिकेट नहीं कर पाएंगे अपनी बात, जिसको हम जेस्चरल कम्युनिकेशन कह रहे थे या नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन कह रहे थे, वो जनरली बच्चों के अंदर 1.5-2 साल तक आने लगता है. दे आर एबल टू पॉइंट एट थिंग्स, या अपनी बात बता सकते हैं, इशारे समझ सकते हैं, तो वो भी नहीं आ रहे हैं, इशारे भी नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं अगर बच्चे. तो इस तरह का जब डिले है सोशल कम्युनिकेशन के साथ में, रिपीटेटिव स्टीरियोटाइप बिहेवियर्स है, तो हमारे दिमाग में आना चाहिए कि क्या हम साथ में ऑटिज्म तो नहीं है, साथ में ऑटिज्म के फीचर्स तो नहीं है, बिकॉज तब हमारा ट्रीटमेंट मोडालिटी, ट्रेनिंग, टीचिंग मेथड्स चेंज हो जाते हैं. सो इसके बारे में सभी को जानकारी होनी जरूरी है. ऑब्सेसिव कंपल्सिव सिम्टम्स क्या होते हैं, अब ओसीडी बोलते हैं या ऑब्सेसिव सिम्टम्स बोलते हैं, जहां बहुत बच्चा रेस्टलेस रहेगा, चिंता बहुत करेगा, चिंता जो होगी वो एक जो सिनेरियो है उससे कहीं ज्यादा होगी, जितनी होनी चाहिए उससे कहीं ज्यादा, डिसप्रपोर्शनेट बोलते हैं हम इसको, प्रोपोर्शन से कहीं ज्यादा चिंता करना, छोटी छोटी बातों की चिंता करना, बहुत रिजिड हो जाना कि ये ऐसे करना है तो ऐसे ही करना है, स्टक हो जाना, आई वांट टू डू इट लाइक दिस, आई कांट चेंज, है ना। एंड रिचुअलिस्टिक पैटर्न में, जैसे अभी कोविड है, अगर उनको सिखाया गया कि हाथ धोना है आपने कहीं भी तो एक्सेसिव हैंड वॉशिंग, नॉट बीइंग एबल टू कंट्रोल वेयर दे आर सपोज टू कंट्रोल एंड नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, जब वो इतना एक्सेसिव अर्ज हो जाता है कि हम एक्शन कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, दैट इज द टाइम व्हेन वी कॉल इट ओसीडी। सो ये भी कोएग्जिस्ट करता है। Depressive symptoms are very common, and as they grow into youth, teenagers, even otherwise also in teenagers, it is known that in general teenagers में depression is as common as 20% in India in population. 20% बहुत बड़ा number होता है in youth and teenagers. So हमें ऐसे ही जो हमारे youth and teenagers on Down syndrome है उनके बारे में भी उतना ही ख्याल रखना है कि they don't have these depressive, or we should be able to identify these depressive symptoms अगर वो हैं तो वो कौन से symptoms हैं, how will we differentiate। बच्चा बिल्कुल ठीक था पर पिछले 2-3 हफ्ते से बहुत सैड है, कोई न्यूज जो सबने पढ़ी है न्यूज़पेपर में उसको भी पता चल गई है, ही इज नॉट कनेक्टिंग बट समटाइम्स ही इवन कनेक्ट्स, या घर में एक पेट है who has passed away, or there's a teacher who's their favorite and they're not able to meet. So all these small tiny things can also precipitate depressive symptoms के खेलेंगे नहीं, खाएंगे नहीं, जो मूवी देखते हैं जिसमें उनको बहुत इंटरेस्ट है, so they'll not enjoy that activity in which they always that always interests them. तो ये सब सिम्टम्स जब आप देखो, खा नहीं रहे या सो नहीं रहे हैं, बहुत सारे रिसेंट आपने 2-3 वीक्स में उनके अंदर ये सिम्टम्स ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं, तो यू डोंट टेक इट लाइटली, यू नीड टू स्टार्ट वर्किंग, एक पॉजिटिव एनवायरनमेंट बिल्ड करना, उसके बच्चे को उसमें से उस एपिसोड से उसको अर्ली आइडेंटिफाई करके उसमें से उसको निकालना, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, सो दैट इट डजंट गेट वर्स, इट डजंट टर्न इनटू अ सिवियर, मॉडरेट टू सिवियर काइंड ऑफ अ डिप्रेशन एंड मोर बिगर प्रॉब्लम। सो this we need to again keep in mind when we are talking. ADHD symptoms, बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स आते हैं जो फिजिकल हाइपर एक्टिविटी होती है तो उसको ADHD बोलते हैं, बट हियर वी वुड हैव टू बी एबल टू बी मोर स्पेसिफिक के कौन कौन से सिम्टम्स हैं जो रहेंगे तो हम ADHD वाली मेंटल हेल्थ कंडीशन या कंसर्न के बारे में सोच सकते हैं। तो उसमें होगा कि एक अटेंशन स्पैन थोड़ा सा कम होगा, जब भी एक्टिविटी करने लगेंगे, ये काम शुरू किया फट से अटेंशन डाइवर्ट होके दे वुड वांट टू स्विच टू अनदर टास्क, तो सस्टेन नहीं कर पाएंगे अटेंशन एट वन पर्टिकुलर टास्क, फॉरगेटफुल हो जाएंगे, चीजें भूल जाएंगे, या कॉन्स्टेंटली विल चेंज एक्टिविटीज, they won't want to listen or carry on instructions, छोटे छोटे इंस्ट्रक्शंस जो बच्चा कैरी कर लेता था, अब आप 6 महीने से अगर ये चेंजेस देख रहे हैं तभी वो सिम्टम्स डायग्नोसिस में आते हैं, या बिल्कुल बैठता ही नहीं है, हमेशा ऐसे घर में घूमता रहेगा बच्चा जैसे कि चक्के लगे हुए हैं, पेरेंट्स विल से we have to be after the child because child is moving around so much, जैसे कि उनके पैर के नीचे व्हील्स लगा दिए हैं किसी ने, ना कंसंट्रेट नहीं कर पाएंगे, बहुत एक्सेसिवली टॉकिंग, आप बातें कर रहे हैं बीच में उसको इंटरप्ट करेंगे कॉन्वर्सेशन को एंड विल स्टार्ट स्पीकिंग, सो दोस काइंड्स ऑफ चैलेंजेस can be observed, and if they are there for more than 6 months then I would say you must speak to your doctor because they can be again taken care of. So now coming to sleep difficulties, again this is a very common challenge that parents can have, the child can have, and we need to be aware about it because इसमें क्या होगा, as I said, daytime fatigue रहेगा, sleepiness रहेगा, lack of alertness है, रात में सो नहीं रहे, आपको पता होना चाहिए ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव स्लीप, ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव एपनिया क्या होता है, मतलब नींद में सोते सोते कभी कभी द रेस्पिरेशन या ब्रीदिंग पैटर्न होता है वो स्लो डाउन हो जाता है टू द एक्सटेंट के थोड़ा सा देर के लिए कुछ समय के लिए रुक भी सकता है, जिसके अंदर ब्रेन का ऑक्सीजन कम हो जाता है, सो उसमें उसको हम कहते हैं ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव स्लीप एपनिया। उसके लिए कुछ टेस्ट होते हैं, जैसे हम ब्रेन का EEG करते हैं, हार्ट का ECG करते हैं, ऐसे हम स्लीप की भी स्टडी करते हैं एक देखने के लिए कि उसका स्लीप पैटर्न कैसा है, क्या सोते सोते नींद में बच्चे को सांस रुकती तो नहीं है, क्योंकि ये काफी कॉमन कंडीशन है, तो इसको जब हम ट्रीट करेंगे चेस्ट फिजिशियन, रेस्पिरेटरी फिजिशियन के साथ, तो ये प्रॉब्लम कम होने से बच्चा बहुत सारी चीजें सीख सकता है, उसका डे टाइम फटीग, स्लीपीनेस, ये सब कम हो जाएगा, उसका इंटरेस्ट इंक्रीज हो जाएगा इन एवरीडे एक्टिविटीज। तो हमें ये सब कंडीशंस के बारे में जानकारी होना चाहिए। अभी ओडीडी, व्हाट इज ओडीडी? ऑपोजिशनल डिफायंट बिहेवियर्स होते हैं ये। इसके अंदर डिफायंट का मतलब है जो हम कहना नहीं मानना, इन हिंदी वी वुड से इट लाइक दैट। सो बच्चा जनरली बहुत फन लविंग होता है और उस फन में, मजाक में टीज करेंगे, जोक करेंगे, एक्सेसिव गिगली आउटबर्स्ट रहेंगे, बट कभी कभी वो सोशली एक्सेप्टेबल लिमिट्स क्रॉस करते हैं। मतलब अगर हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाते, हम कहते हैं कि ये नहीं करना है यहाँ पे, so they would do it intentionally or purposefully to get either your negative attention or because they are enjoying doing it. So नहीं सुनना या अपने ही धुन में रहना, हमेशा अपनी ही बात, अपने ही सिंपल रूटीन्स में भी जब वो आपका डिफाइंट बिहेवियर इंटरफियर करने लग जाता है, एंड यू फाइंड इट रियली डिफिकल्ट टू help the child or to make the child do certain things because the child is not taking any of your instructions and is turning defiant, then also you can seek help because इसमें बहुत सारा behavior modification and those kinds of interventions can help. So now if we see all these kinds of mental health concerns जो हमने अभी discuss किए हैं, या ऐसे symptoms if you see in your child, और अगर adults on Down syndrome भी अगर हमारे साथ हैं और वो खुद के अंदर भी कुछ identify करते हैं, तो वो help seek कर सकते हैं। अब कौन right people हैं जो कि आपको help कर सकते हैं? They can be a general pediatrician, they could be a general physician, they could be a clinical psychologist, it could be a psychiatrist, and it could be a developmental pediatrician and adolescent mental health expert जो कि इन conditions के बारे में जानकारी रखते हैं। So उनको जानकारी होना चाहिए, उनको experience होना चाहिए, what is developmental disabilities या challenges क्या होते हैं। आपके प्राइमरी पीडियाट्रिशियन फिजिशियंस को पता होना चाहिए कि अगर ऐसा कोई कंडीशन है जो वो खुद नहीं मैनेज कर सकते, तो हम किसको इन्वॉल्व कर सकते हैं, कब हमें साइकियाट्रिस्ट को इन्वॉल्व करना है, कब हमें साइकोलॉजिस्ट को इन्वॉल्व करना है, क्योंकि ये मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी केयर है। जब हम सबको इन्वॉल्व करके साथ में जब हम केयर करते हैं तो सबका एक्सपर्टाइज उसमें मिलता है। एंड इट हैज टू बी लोकेटेड इन योर सिटी, आपके एक्सेसिबल होना चाहिए, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि मेरी सिटी में कहाँ पे ये फैसिलिटी है, कहाँ मैं रीच आउट कर सकती हूँ डॉक्टर को, एंड कहाँ मैं साइकोलॉजिस्ट को मिल सकती हूँ इन सब प्रॉब्लम्स को एड्रेस करने के लिए, इफ एट ऑल यू फेस, एंड इफ यू नो देन ओनली यू विल बी एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई देम। सो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर अस टू नो कि ये भी एक एस्पेक्ट है हेल्थ का, विच इज अ लिटिल डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द physical health. Now, but important is whenever we are talking of behavioral concerns, whenever we are talking of a change in behavior which goes into a diagnosis of probably a mental health concern, we have to always think of is it being triggered by some kind of a medical problem that the child has? There could so as a physician, as a parent, हमें हमेशा लुक आउट पे रहना चाहिए कि क्या कोई फिजिकल मेडिकल कंसर्न तो नहीं है जो बच्चे को, जिसके कारण बच्चे को नए प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं। अब विजन हो गया, जैसे रिफ्रैक्टरी एरर्स वी ऑल नो आर कॉमन। बच्चा ग्रो अप हो रहा है एंड हमने आई टेस्ट नहीं कराया है, बच्चे को क्लियर नहीं दिख रहा है, लेट्स सपोज, या तो नियर क्लियर नहीं दिख रहा है, फार ऑफ नहीं दिख रहा है, तो ऑब्वियसली द चाइल्ड, जैसे मायोपिया है, दूर का नहीं क्लियर दिख रहा है, तो वो सामने की चीज में इंटरेस्ट दिखाएगा and will not look at a distance, और वो क्लास में, स्कूल में बिहेवियर्स आएगा, नहीं देख पा रहा है, नहीं कॉपी कर पा रहा है। तो ये सब चीजों के लिए हम तैयार होना चाहिए। वी शुड ऑलवेज लुक फॉर, टिक मार्क करना चाहिए कि हमने विजन कराया है इस साल चेक, ओके, हमने हियरिंग चेक कराया है, पीछे ईयर इन्फेक्शन हुआ था बच्चे को, हैड ईयर इन्फेक्शंस, मिडिल ईयर में फ्लूइड हो जाता है जिसके कारण कभी कभी सुनना नहीं पाता है। तो हमें हर चीज के बारे में जानकारी होगी तो हम सोचेंगे कि क्या ये रीजन तो नहीं है जिसके कारण ये बिहेवियर ट्रिगर हो रहा है। थायराइड टेस्ट होना चाहिए बच्चों का एज ए रेगुलर चेकअप, जिसके अंदर अगर लेवल्स, क्योंकि हमें पता है हाइपोथायरॉइडिज्म इज वेरी कॉमन, तो हमें थायराइड का टेस्ट हर साल कराना चाहिए, और अगर बच्चा ट्रीटमेंट पे है तो हर 2 से 3 महीने में फॉलो अप करते हुए वी शुड गेट द थायराइड लेवल्स, क्योंकि अगर हाइपोथायराइड है तब भी बच्चा बहुत सुस्त होगा, इरिटेबल होगा, मूव नहीं करना चाहेगा, तो ये सब देन इरिटेबल होगा। सो अगेन बिहेवियर कम्स, इरिटेबिलिटी से स्टार्ट हुआ। अगेन सीलियाक डिजीज इज कॉमन। सीलियाक डिजीज होता है जिसके अंदर बच्चे को व्हीट, रे और बार्ले से एलर्जी होता है। जैसे ही वो खाएंगे उसके बस ब्लोटिंग हो जाएगा, कभी वॉमिटिंग होगा, कभी इंडाइजेशन होगा, अच्छा नहीं फील करेंगे, इरिटेशन होगी, कोई उन्हें कुछ कहेगा तो दिल गिव अ स्नैप मारेंगे कि क्यों मुझे तंग कर रहे हो। इवन इट हैपेंस विद अस, वी ऑल ऑफ अस इट हैपेंस। अगर हम फिजिकली अच्छे नहीं है, हेल्दी नहीं फील करते हैं, तो हम इरिटेटेड रहते हैं। अगर हम सोए नहीं है रात को तो हम कितने इरिटेटेड रहते हैं। सो ये एनीमिया, हीमोग्लोबिन कम है तो कोई भी पर्सन, एनी इंडिविजुअल विल बिकम इरिटेबल। सबसे पहला साइन होता है इरिटेबिलिटी। सो वो अगर बच्चे का हीमोग्लोबिन ठीक नहीं है, जो हम करेक्ट कर सकते हैं दवाई दे के, अगर उसको कोई सीलियक है तो हम उसका डाइट मॉडिफाई करके उसे ठीक कर सकते हैं। So then we need to always look at these medical conditions, treat them as the first step, rule out के इनके कारण नहीं हो रहे हैं behaviors, and then go on to watching and taking care of the behavioral problems that we are coming across. So now behavior को हम कैसे ठीक करेंगे? So behavior के लिए behavior modification होता है। A trained clinical psychologist or a counseling psychologist who's trained in behavior modification, बहुत तरीके की behavior modification methods होते हैं, they can help you. There are techniques like applied behavior analysis जो कि हम use कर सकते हैं to train or teach our children a lot of things जहाँ पे behavior भी interfere कर रहा है। So अगर हमें जानकारी होगी कि ये तरीके हैं available, तो ही हम उनको ढूंढेंगे और उन methods का इस्तेमाल करेंगे to help our child learn better. Now बिहेवियर में क्या होगा, हम करते क्या है, वी वर्क एट इंक्रीजिंग अप्रोप्रिएट बिहेवियर। जो बिहेवियर अच्छा है, करेक्ट है, उसको हमें इंक्रीज करना है। जो अच्छा नहीं है, करेक्ट नहीं है, चैलेंजिंग बिहेवियर है, उसको हमको कम करने के ऊपर काम करना है। सो इसके अंदर बहुत डिटेल, अगर हम अप्लाइड बिहेवियर एनालिसिस करें या कोई भी बिहेवियर मॉडिफिकेशन टेक्निक प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, तो पेरेंट्स भी घर पे एक चार्ट बना सकते हैं, एक नोटबुक बना सकते हो जिसके अंदर आप लिखोगे A B C। बी बिहेवियर क्या हुआ, आज बिहेवियर हुआ, उन्होंने मारा या उन्होंने नोज पिक किया, तो नोज पिक बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है, मतलब इट हैपेंस लाइक 10 to 15 टाइम्स, और इतना पिक होता है करते करते कि ब्लीडिंग हो जाता है नोज से। सो अब नोज पिक कब करता है हमें देखना है। एंड ए इज एंटेसिडेंट, उस ई बिहेवियर को क्या चीज है, जिस सिनेरियो में, जिस सिचुएशन में वो उसका बिहेवियर बी आ रहा है, तो हमने वो ए मार्क करना है और नोट डाउन करना है। और सी होता है कॉन्सिक्वेंस, उसने वो बिहेवियर किया, उसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या हुआ। अब ए है, जब भी टीवी देखता है, he gets so engrossed in TV कि उसका हाथ नाक में चला जाता है and he start picking the nose। ये एग्जाम्पल दे रहे हैं हम आपको। एंड कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या होता है, मम्मी को गुस्सा आता है, मम्मी पहले तो बोलती है कि नहीं करो, और उसके बाद मम्मी एक स्नैप करती है कि ये क्यों कर रहे हो। तो द होल थिंग वी नीड टू नोट इट डाउन कि उस टाइम ये बिहेवियर हुआ, या बच्चे ने मारा, या कुछ भी अपने आप को पिंच किया, या अपने आप को हर्ट किया, या हेड बैंग किया, कोई भी बिहेवियर हो सकता है, इट कैन बी एनी बिहेवियर। सो दैट बिहेवियर में अगर आप A B C मार्क करोगे तो आपको बहुत क्लैरिटी मिल जाएगी कि किस किस सिचुएशन में वो पर्टिकुलर बिहेवियर जिसको आप कम करना चाहते हो वो कब शुरू होता है और उसका खत्म कैसे होता है, कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या होता है। तो ये A और C हम चेंज करके हम B को इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं, बेटर कर सकते हैं, और वी कैन हेल्प द चाइल्ड लर्न मोर अप्रोप्रिएट बिहेवियर्स। तो ये एक टेक्निक होती है जो यूज की जाती है इन बिहेवियर मॉडिफिकेशन। ये भी एक बहुत स्पेसिफिक तरीके की टेक्निक है जो यूज की जाती है, जिसके अंदर बहुत रियलिस्टिक गोल, सो नॉट जस्ट ABA, आई वुड से हर तरीके की बिहेवियर मॉडिफिकेशन में बहुत रियल गोल होना चाहिए। अगर आज आप आए हैं, बोलते हैं मेरा बच्चा बिल्कुल नहीं बैठता मैम, सिर्फ 5 मिनट बैठता है कुर्सी पे और फिर घूम उठ के चला जाता है, तो आप 5 मिनट का अगर आप बोलेंगे 3 दिन में आप इसके 1 घंटा सिटिंग टाइम बना दो, तो दैट्स अनरियलिस्टिक गोल। You work at, okay, 5 minutes better, let's work at making it 10 minutes. Let's work at making it 10 minutes in 3 days and maybe 15 minutes by the end of a week. So that is realistic goal. तो जो गोल हम प्लान करेंगे बच्चे के लिए वो बहुत रियल होना चाहिए कि बच्चा कर सके उसको, ठीक है। एंड अगर टारगेट अचीवेबल होगा, कर लेंगे टारगेट अचीव, तो वो बहुत मोटिवेटिंग होता है पेरेंट के लिए भी कि देखो हमने ये टारगेट सेट किया था, कर लिया,
बच्चे के लिए बहुत मोटिवेटिंग होता है। आप हमेशा उनको पॉजिटिवली रीइंफोर्स करोगे, बोलोगे वाओ वेरी गुड कि आपने ये किया आज, एंड आपको सेटिस्फेक्शन एज पेरेंट बहुत होगी कि हमने ये टारगेट सेट किया था और बच्चे ने ये टारगेट अपने लिए सेट किया था एंड वी कुड बोथ अचीव इट। So achievable targets motivate you to work further with a child. Now child specific होना चाहिए। कोई भी हम प्रोग्राम करते हैं, चाहे ABA करें, चाहे स्पेशल एजुकेशन करें, चाहे स्पीच करें, या कोई भी थेरेपी, ऑक्यूपेशनल थेरेपी करें, फिजिकल थेरेपी करें, किसी भी थेरेपिस्ट के साथ जाएं हम, हमें पता होना चाहिए कि हमारा प्रोग्राम जो है वो बच्चे के अनुसार है। ऐसा नहीं है कि हर 2 साल के बच्चे के लिए एक ही सेट ऑफ चीजें सिखानी है। इट हैज टू बी चाइल्ड स्पेसिफिक। अगर मेरा बच्चा 4 वर्ड्स बोलता है तो 4 वर्ड्स के आगे हम एक्सपैंड करेंगे। अगर मेरा बच्चा एक ही वर्ड बोलता है या साउंड्स भी नहीं निकालता, तो वी हैव टू वर्क एट फर्स्ट टेकिंग आउट द साउंड्स। सो प्रोग्राम हैज टू बी वेरी वेरी स्पेसिफिक एंड इंडिविजुअलाइज्ड। एंड कभी भी फोर्स नहीं करना है बच्चे को कुछ भी करने के लिए। आपको कोशिश करनी है कि बच्चा मोटिवेट हो करने के लिए। जब अ चाइल्ड इज मोटिवेटेड टू डू, देन दे आर वेरी हैप्पी एंड रेडी टू डू इट। ठीक है। और असेसमेंट्स का इसमें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल होता है। अगर हम ढंग से असेसमेंट करते हैं तो इट हेल्प्स अस टू रिड्यूस द चैलेंजिंग बिहेवियर्स। 2 प्रिंसिपल आपको हमेशा याद रखना है जब भी आप किसी भी फॉर्म का बिहेवियर मॉडिफिकेशन कर रहे हो बच्चे के साथ। एक तो मोटिवेटेड होना चाहिए बच्चा और पॉजिटिवली रीइंफोर्स करना चाहिए। punishment does not help much. Very rarely it is that punishment would be able to reap something, but practice सबसे commonly is punishment method. So here I would request and will tell every parent, they don't punish, try to motivate the child and reinforce even little bit of things that they achieve, reinforce them, because that will motivate them further to go ahead and do something. So हमें पता है there are a lot of people that we need, there's a lot of support system that we need to have when we are managing our children with Down syndrome. So उसमें parent training बहुत important aspect है. Assessments होना चाहिए timely to know where the child stands developmentally, कहाँ से हमें आगे सिखाना है, क्या सिखाना है. तो अलग अलग तरीके की treatment modalities हैं, but हर therapy, हर modality के अंदर हमें चाइल्ड स्पेसिफिक प्रोग्राम रखना है, बच्चे के अनुसार रखना है, उसके लेवल, उसके डेवलपमेंटल लेवल के अनुसार रखना है, उसका कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव होना चाहिए, सब डेवलपमेंटल डोमेन्स पे काम होना चाहिए, फिजिकल, सोशल, कम्युनिकेशन, एकेडमिक, इसको हम कॉग्निटिव भी बोल सकते हो, कॉग्निटिव स्किल्स पे भी काम होना चाहिए. सो सब जो प्रोग्राम करेंगे, जो थेरेपी करेंगे, वो सभी एरियाज पे वर्क होना चाहिए. सिर्फ हम अगर एक ही डोमेन में काम करेंगे तो फिर वो अप्रोच होलिस्टिक नहीं होता है, आउटकम भी उतना फेवरेबल नहीं होता है. सो टू हेल्प आवर चाइल्ड इन फुल एंड कंप्लीट वे, कोई भी थेरेपी, कोई भी प्रोग्राम रन करो, but you have to make sure that it is made according to the need of the child. Yes, so it's very important that we want to include, and every child has a right to be a part of the society, right to be whatever every other individual has the right. Similarly, our children, our adults, our youth on Down syndrome are equally a part of our society, and that is where diversity and inclusion are about giving value to every human being, irrespective of our difference. I always tell my parents, every two children, any two children are different, so don't compare and just be with them, just work at the way they learn, because then you can help them be a very important and a very equally important part of the society, and they can be like any other child. There should be no differentiation there. Thank you so much. I think now we can take the questions from all of you. I hope that added some value and some parents.
Yeah, definitely. That's quite a lot of information on various aspects of behavior, because mostly parents को behavior नजर आता है and वो उसको tag करने लगते हैं, क्योंकि उनको ये मालूम नहीं होता कि ये problem उसकी वजह से हो सकती है. So बहुत सारी चीजों को आपने touch किया. Thanks for that. I will take up few questions which have been posted here. So Sonia Midha is asking a very...
this slide share?
Yeah.
Can I stop this slide share?
Yeah. You can stop the slide share. So the first question Sonia Midha is asking, her daughter is 13.5 years old. She continuously asking about being married, having husband and kids. She even choose names for her kids. Any TV scene she sees, man and woman, she thinks they are husband and wife. How to answer her?
Yeah.
What would be the answer which is relevant to her age? Should I tell her yes, it will happen one day, or should I tell straight no?
So, see, it's not that a child or a girl, if she wants to have a life partner and wants to get married, a child, a girl on Down syndrome can get married, but if the person finds a right partner. So, you have to tell the right thing to the child. Don't say that you cannot get married, but there is going to be an age for it. And when you find the right partner, then right now you just educate them more about their sexuality, about the changes that she'll experience, how to take care of herself. So I think that is important part. You have to learn this because eventually when you grow up, you need to know all this. So abhi I would recommend more focusing on teaching her about the sexuality part and the changes that as a teenager or as a growing teenager she would experience physically, emotionally, and mentally. Unko cater karo. You need not say no, you cannot get married, but you can say when you grow up, if you find a partner who's appropriate for you, then you can think of doing it. That is something which will be more correct to say.
So hiding the information should not be there. It should always be, we should have that two-way communication established. That's the advice you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next question is from Deepika. Her son is 6 years old and having a habit of hitting and throwing things. He hit his younger brother, who is just 2 months old, and hits everyone in the house, goes to kitchen and throws everything, can't take interest in any other thing. Why is he doing this, and what to do to make him stop? So I think a new sibling has arrived in the house. So probably that's the issue.
That's so as we do it for any other child, when you tell, see, children with Down syndrome are very loving. And if you give them that responsibility that you are going to parent the child with me, like आप parent करते हैं ना, so आपको उनको involve करना है. You have involved them in taking care. See, you are very responsible. I know you are elder, and you are going to be taking care of my child, of the child with you. The child is जो younger sibling आया है, आप उनके take care में जब आप elder sibling को involve कर लेते हैं, so the love and affection starts developing, and they get a sense of responsibility there. कि, oh, I am a responsible person. My mother is giving me such responsible tasks. So then when their role changes, then their behaviors will get modified. And instead of telling them, don't do this every time, we have a habit as a parent of saying no to everything. Don't do this, don't do that. So instead of saying no, if we just divert the child and if we just occupy the child, or maybe with a social, जब second sibling आने वाला है, preparation आप पहले से भी start कर सकते हैं. When you know you're going to have, so you start telling them a lot of stories, how it is to have a baby boy or a baby girl as a younger sibling. आप क्या fun कर सकते हैं when you all grow up together. So talking about those good things, positive things, will have a positive frame of mind for the child, and the child will be mentally, emotionally much more prepared to receive the sibling. And again, unka participation in taking care of the sibling can really help in reducing these. And अभी जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं कि वो hit कर रहा है, he's hitting a lot of, so always find out what is triggering every time he's hitting. What is, again, ABC has to be done. If you can write down in your notebook, 50% of the puzzle will get solved कि कब trigger हुआ hitting, कब उसका consequence में आपने क्या किया. And then you go and ask a psychologist, अच्छा हमने ये किया, तो वो, because sometimes your consequences act as a reinforcer, and they do that behavior every time because they know if I hit, I'm going to get negative attention from the parent. Be it चाहे वो मुझे डांट रहे हैं या हमारे पर attention तो दे रहे हैं, you know. So that is where we need to know. If you mark them, note them down, then 50% of the puzzle will be solved for you on your own. के ये कब trigger हो रहा है hitting behavior.
Okay. Next question I'll take. Yeah, that answers quite a different aspect of things why kids do it. Does very low vitamin B12 affects mental health Praveen Lata is asking.
Yeah, so any kind of micronutrient deficiency, be it vitamin B12, be it folic acid, be it vitamin D, iron, zinc, anything, these are micronutrients which have to be in a normal range in our body for every individual. It has to be there. So if the B12 is deficient, then we definitely need to replace and have any kind of micronutrient. If we find the child deficient, we need to replace and it has to be treated.
Okay, great. Next question I will take. Parents, those who are raising their hands, kindly type your question and in the chat box, I will take one by one. Bindu Kaul is asking, Jisha, 7-year-old daughter, sometimes is doing self-talk and nowadays she's doing more self-talk.
Yeah.
Is that normal? Is that a behavior issue? Should I be stopping her? What would you recommend?
So I would recommend whenever she's talking to herself, maybe you can barge in and start a conversation with the child. She wants to talk and share, and if she wants to talk and share, if you are participating with her, the conversation will become meaningful. And the more meaningful conversations she has, she will be less involved in self-engaging behaviors. We can also call this as talking to self. If it is too excessive and is interfering in the routines of the child, and child goes back into her own thing and starts enjoys doing it, then definitely we need to work at reducing it. So there I would say engage the child in a to and fro conversation, so that the need for the child to talk is also happening and there is a meaningful interaction happening at the same time with the child. And
So
over a period, gradually the child will enjoy that talking will be utilized more in building conversational skills.
Okay, so directly we should not discourage self-talking. We should engage them into a conversation. That's what you're saying.
Yes. So as I said earlier, saying no to everything is not a solution. You have to find out ways which are more intelligent in handling these situations, so that they become much more positively directed towards engaging the child.
Okay, next question is from Surbhi. She's asking, 8.5 years old child, playful but lacking in speech, does a lot of self-talking and likes to spend most of the time alone in the room talking to herself, playing alone. She's not irritatable but playful, but always use gestures to form, communicate, then speaking. She actually has not asked her a question, but if you can just help her in.
Yeah, so if the child is having a lot of self-engaging behaviors or stereotype behaviors, I would say also look for a lot of stereotype, where the child does not want to socialize, want to be in her own self-engaging play, or if the child is likes to be aloof, doesn't want to speak at all, then we need to look a little more into the depth and find out if there are more stereotype behaviors associated with self-talking, and if the symptoms are there are autism-like symptoms associated, then we need to start working and doing therapies which are directed more in a behavioral way for the child. So then teaching the child to speak would also be more behavioral. We have to work with applied behavior based techniques to teach the child there. And you can always go in for therapeutic intervention. Don't keep them totally out of the box. They're very, very helpful at times. There are so many oral motor exercises which help in stimulating the perioral muscles. There are a lot of stimulation, oromotor, oral placement techniques which can be used to help the child with a lot of techniques where the child can start taking out sounds and then turning those sounds into meaningful. And again, behavior works. The child can speak to self. The child is talking to self. That means the child can talk, but the child is not holding a conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
The difference has to be understood by the parents.
Yes, that has to be understood, that the child can speak. It's not that the child cannot speak. The phonation is there, but the child has to be then behaviorally modified, because the child is not motivated to speak to you. So that has to be worked up with a behavior therapist. Maybe.
Hello. Please mute yourself we will take question one by one. Please mute yourself. Next
That's
question
the
is
same
from.
question I was answering. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please
Just
mute your. Is that your question? That's why you are saying? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So actually, she does like to talk a lot, but how do we engage her by talk? I mean, to have a conversation. She leaves.
Yeah, so
Let's say when she watches TV, she'll be there and everybody, she'll engage with everybody. As soon as the TV switched off, she'll run to a different room and she'll start talking to herself and
so
So you can engage her with the TV serial जो उसने अभी देखा, उसी सीरियल में क्या हुआ, उसी से वो क्वेश्चन अगर पूछो तो वही एंगेजमेंट बन जाएगा.
exactly.
Please mute your mic. Please, Deepti, please mute everybody.
Ranjan, you'll have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I've unmuted.
Okay, am I audible now? Yeah. What is the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist? Can you please help?
Yeah, that's a very important question. Even sometimes health professionals get confused on that.
Yeah.
So a clinical psychologist or a counseling psychologist are trained mostly in helping us with the counseling skills, with the diagnostic process. Agar humko koi diagnostic assessment karna hai, we need to see why these behaviors are coming. There are a lot of psycho diagnostic testing जिसको हम कहते हैं, बहुत सारे questionnaires और tests होते हैं जिससे which help us to make a diagnosis. So psychologists help us with that kind of a testing. Then the second part is counseling. If the child or an adult or teenager, anybody needs counseling on how to modify behaviors, there are counseling sessions which you can take up with a trained counseling psychologist. And psychiatrist here is a doctor primarily. A psychologist is not an MBBS doctor primarily. He's trained in psychology subject. And a psychiatrist is a trained MBBS doctor and then done masters in psychiatry, which deals more with all these conditions, and at the same time they know what medication, pharmacotherapy जब चाहिए बच्चे को, दवाइयाँ चाहिए, medications चाहिए, so what all medications to write for which condition. So that can only be done by a psychiatrist or a doctor. That cannot be done by a psychologist. So there they work in a symbiotic form. They work together. The psychologist, psychiatrist may want a lot of psychodiagnostics to happen, तो psychologist वो करेंगे, counseling sessions to happen, psychologist करेंगे, while the psychiatrist will take care of the mental health concern by writing medications. So medications क्योंकि बहुत बार lifelong नहीं चलती हैं, कुछ months के लिए होती हैं, so we want ultimate the child to get rid of those medicines and be able to cope up with the condition. So those medications are to tackle the crisis phase, and eventually the person can be modified behaviorally and be able to sustain without medication also. That's the goal. So psychiatrist or psychologist दोनों का बहुत important role है.
Okay. Next question is from Jahir Abbas. How sports can be used for children as a medium of social inclusion? What are the key features we need to keep in mind while selecting a particular sports activity for them?
Yeah, so sports definitely is a very good means, because we all know that the tone is a little on the lower side. They're hypotonic, so strength, tone, agility, even weight management of weight, it will be it's important, because children, especially in today's scenario, they're staying at home and eating and not doing any physical activity, and is leading them towards overweight and obesity. So keeping all these things in mind, some kind of a physical activity definitely has to be incorporated. One, it will increase their the way they look, their strength, their agility, and also it impacts a lot on their how they feel about themselves. So emotionally also it impacts. Then also we know that the atlantoaxial joints are a little lax here between C1 and C2, between the first and the second cervical vertebrae. So those joints are a little lax. So when we are choosing a sport, we have to make sure that they are not sudden strains on those areas, because then those can be really detrimental. Otherwise, sports like yoga and all can very easily be done, but under supervision and with all the precautions, I would say.
Okay. Rachna is asking, my daughter knows an answer, but you keep asking her, she does not react and does not answer it completely. It goes into a silent mode. What should we do?
Yeah. So that's again a behavior, because she doesn't want to answer. So she would
Yeah.
not answer there. So it's a behavior. Maybe she's not motivated enough to answer the question that you're asking, maybe. Or just look into, are you asking that question again and again and every time in front of the doctor, in front of the therapist, in front of a guest who's coming? So sometimes children also form that, oh, they are going to ask me the same question. So बच्चा motivated ही नहीं होता है question का answer करने के लिए. So if whenever she answers, you motivate, give a positive reinforcement, give a motive that will motivate them to then answer the next time. And sometimes what happens is, if the child knows the answer to a particular question, like you are working with the child every day, you ask the child a question, the child answers in front of you at home. But the moment the child is in an environment which is outside the home, like in school or with a therapist or with a guest at home, the child will not answer. So that's because the child has not learned to generalize answering the same question being asked by other people. So when we teach a particular skill, we also must work at generalizing it in different scenarios, so that the child comprehends the questions in various scenarios and then be able to answer. So we have to find out why she's not answering there. Is it a behavior? Is it that the child has not learned how to? So generalization also has to be there for any skill that we teach them.
Okay. Rachna, you need to understand the reason, root cause behind it, and only then this can be addressed.
Yeah.
I'll take next question. That is from Shilpa Bhalerao. My child is 18 years and now she is realizing that I am slow and having issues in the brain. Please correct it for me. How to tell her? She's 18 years old.
Okay.
And she realizes that there's something wrong with her, and she wants her mom to address this issue. So please correct it. How to positively tell her what is the actual issue?
I guess where she's able to comprehend so much that something is not correct with her or something is different, you can slowly start telling her how and where, how it happens. So you can definitely disclose the diagnosis, and you can teach the child about you can teach them actually how the chromosomes are and how the genetic change happen, and it's like nothing to do. What happens is the child may start blaming somebody for the way the child is. That we don't want to happen. So giving them a proper reasoning and how it is happening, how the cells are, like you can gradually expose them what is cell like, what happens in the cell. If your child is learning something in school, you can show them videos. There are a lot of good videos available, how the cell structure is, उसमें chromosome होता है और chromosome normal कितना होता है. And then through the video method, through all these things, you can teach them that there is a condition where there is a little bit of mismatch, or there's a little how the change happens genetically. You can actually expose the child to it and then tell her that this is the reason why there's a difference in how you feel about yourself.
Okay. Next question is from Neelam Sharma.
I have one more query. Can I ask?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes. Just क्या होता है कि sometimes she accept, sometimes she don't accept. कि मेरे में कुछ problem है ऐसा करके. तो बहुत टाइम में हमने वो डियर जिंदगी की पिक्चर देख के उसको लगता है कि उसकी लाइफ में शाहरुख खान आएगा and he will correct the issues. तो वो हमेशा डॉक्टर के पास जाकर के ये बोलती है कि मेरे ब्रेन का प्रॉब्लम ठीक कर दो बस.
Okay.
इवन रेखा मैम से भी यही बोलती है. तो उस चीज को कैसे करेक्ट करे कि शाहरुख खान मतलब साइकोलॉजिस्ट का भी ट्राई किया, सब किया.
So basically, if she's watching a lot of Shah Rukh Khan, I would say just that thought is recurring there in her mind. Maybe she's getting exposed also to it every time. उनको और कंस्ट्रक्टिव चीजों में इन्वॉल्व करो एंड टेल हर अदर वेज टू engage, and you can actually tell her कि yes, everything is fine, you can do everything in your life, there's nothing which is stopping you from not being from and शाहरुख खान कौन है, आप उनको रियलिटी बताइए ना उसके अंदर, मूवी के अंदर, कि ही इज आल्सो अ पर्सन, जैसे आपके डॉक्टर हैं, जैसे आपके साइकोलॉजिस्ट हैं, वैसे ही वो भी एक हैं, ही इज enacting a role there. You maybe can expose her to the reality because she still wants to be in that imaginary story which is there. So आप उनको expose करेंगे, and there's a difference between a movie and a reality, and we are all involved. धीरे धीरे ये भी knowledge उनको pass on करो so that the child can differentiate what is real and what is not real, what is like a story. तो story में अगर XYZ होता है तो वो रियल में नहीं होता है, एंड ही इज एनेक्टिंग द रोल. आप उनको बताइए कि जब आप स्टेज पे जाते हो, आप ड्रामा करते हो ना, तो वैसे ही शाहरुख खान इज डूइंग अ ड्रामा देयर इन द फिल्म. तो वो भी आप कर सकते हैं. जैसे जैसे उनको रियल पता चलेगा तो मे बी शी विल बी एबल टू कॉम्प्रिहेंड अ लिटिल बिट there. And also if she's watching the same movie again and again too many times, you can actually expose her to other content instead of just watching the same movie again and again, so that वो थोड़ा सा जो exposure हो रहा है वो exposure कम होगा, तो the thought will reduce, because एक obsessiveness होती है in the thought also, the thought also repeats again and again in the mind, and वही thought वो बार बार बोलते हैं. So वो that's also a kind of a mental health concern then, which has to be taken care. If it doesn't happen, sometimes you need to give medicines, but most of the time I would say कि आप उसका exposure भी कम करो at the same time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next question is from Neelam Sharma, and the question she has is a question to many other parents also have exactly the same issue. 12-year-old girl child keep watching Doraemon continuously. She watches repeat and repeat, repeat and repeat. How can I control her?
Okay. So, see, that's not just a question for children with Down syndrome. It's a question for a lot of parents.
Yeah.
They're all so much into Doraemon, especially the middle school people. So, see, you have to again here have other activities planned. Have a scheduled plan for the day. Tell the child that Doraemon you can watch for this 1 hour, and the rest of the time we cannot watch, if at all, because up suddenly if you will take away that Doraemon away from the child will feel a lot more traumatized, और बहुत सारे behaviors आ जाएंगे, which the child will throw tantrums, will do everything for to get what the child wants. So you work at gradually reducing the hours. And how would you do that? You have a schedule planned. आपको थोड़ा सा इन्वॉल्व होना पड़ेगा, शेड्यूल प्लान करना पड़ेगा कि आज हम दिन में ये एक्टिविटीज में बच्चों को करेंगे. Okay, for a walk you come with me for a walk, or I am cooking, let's come in the house. See the maid coming these days. आप बच्चों को skills सिखाइए ना. Engage the child in everyday activities instead of letting them. Even the smallest of the child can, if not do anything, can put a plate on the table, can set up a table, help you set up a table instead of watching Doraemon. So I think the routine life skill का भी कोई plant कैसे लगाते हैं. So एक एक activity सोच के कि today we are going, and make it exciting for the child. और आज हमने ये activity करनी है. And once you engage the child in that activity, half of the day is gone. अब आपने आज एक ट्री प्लांट करना है या एक प्लांट लगाना है, गार्डनिंग करनी है थोड़ी सी, तो बच्चे का तो 2-3 hours इजीली उसमें एंगेज हो जाएगा. So once you have a planned day, structured day for the child, you can always reduce the TV time.
Actually, the main issue most mothers face is that they are not able to think in a way how to engage the child. Can you share some ideas how to engage the child in, because
Yes.
they have various issues where they are not able to do it. So we need to bring that engagement to their level. So can you share few ideas?
Right. So say again, engagement will be age appropriate. If a child is like
Right.
small or a middle school child or an adult, क्योंकि वो टास्क जो आप करेंगे वो उनके लिए इंटरेस्टिंग होना चाहिए. अब आप 17-18 year old गर्ल को नहीं कह सकते हो कि आप come let's do some baby play kind of a thing, right? So it has to be interesting for the child. So simple skills like, come today we are going to bake a cake. So if it is a grown-up girl, she will be very happy to participate, and things which are not injurious, you can always help teach the child to do those things. Simple things जहाँ fire involved नहीं है, उस तरह के आप activities उनको, थोड़ा spilling होगा, थोड़ा सा गंदा होगा, it's okay, but to teach, to expose, कितना सारा sensory exposure होगा, they'll touch the dough, they'll have to you will show them 5 things, वो कलर भी रिसीव करेंगे कि आटा व्हाइट कलर का है, उसके अंदर बेकिंग, अगर आप चॉकलेट पाउडर डाल रहे हो उसका क्या कलर, देयर सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट द चाइल्ड विल गेट. सेटिंग अप अ टेबल, चलो इट्स योर रिस्पांसिबिलिटी टू सेट अप द टेबल. इस हॉट वेदर सबके घर में फ्रिज होता है, फ्रिज में बॉटल्स पानी के रखते हैं. सिंपल थिंग्स लाइक इट्स योर ड्यूटी, mama does this, it's your job to fill all the empty bottles and keep them in the fridge. Simple task, no big deal. It's very easy to fill a water bottle and keep it. And the child will feel so much more involved in the household activities. अगर आप बेडशीट चेंज कर रहे हो तो बच्चे को कवर्स चेंज करने के लिए दे दो, द पिलो कवर्स. कितना सेंसरी एक्टिविटी है, कितना उसमें भी कॉग्निशन लगेगा, किधर से डालना है, कैसे डालना है, उसमें स्ट्रेंथ चाहिए, फिजिकल एंगेजमेंट हो रही है, इन्वॉल्वमेंट हो रही है, एंड कितना the fact that the child is able to complete the task is so much positively reinforcing. So जब आप बच्चे को every day routine task which you do from morning to night, think of everything you do, involve them. Participation of the child in everyday activity is going to keep them engaged, teach them life skills, make them feel very useful in the family, useful member in the family. What we need to do is we need to stop thinking in our heads that something is wrong. First of all, जब हम ये सोचना बंद कर देंगे तो हम अपने बच्चे को सब कुछ सिखा सकते हैं. We can teach them to take clean utensils, to put clothes in washing machine. हर चीज जो हम करते हैं वो हमको सब सिखाना है. There needs to be no ideas. Morning to evening, you see yourself what all you are doing from morning to evening, and everything is an idea. Everything is an idea कि आप कैसे engage करोगे बच्चे को. और जो बहुत छोटे बच्चे हैं, डेफिनेटली उनके साथ आपको थोड़ा प्ले टाइम रखना चाहिए, जहां आप टॉयज लेंगे, छोटे छोटे पजल्स यूज कर सकते हो, ब्लॉकिंग यूज कर, रोल प्लेज कर सकते हो कि आई एम द शॉपकीपर, you become a customer, take this 10 rupees and come, these are 5 things, tell me what you want to purchase from me. आप कितना सारा आप एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग कर सकते हो. घर में लाइट्स बना लो, ग्रीन, रेड और ऑरेंज लाइट. ये हमारा ट्रैफिक है, हम यहाँ से जा रहे हैं, एंड दिस इज आवर ज़ीब्रा क्रॉसिंग, हाउ डू वी बिहेव एट द ज़ीब्रा क्रॉसिंग. आप इतना एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग इनसाइड द हाउस कर सकते हो व्हाइल यू आर इन द लॉकडाउन पीरियड.
So that's a great list of activities you have listed out.
Yeah.
Lot many things can be done. So mothers who are listening to this and have the same problem, engagement at the child's level is the most important aspect. You need to find out creative ways. उनके level पे जाके कैसे उन्हें engage किया जा सकता है.
Yes.
I'll take next question. The next question is from Sweetie Kasak. Her daughter has picked up some abuses from the another child, and she uses that abuse as a fun activity. How can she be stopped? She doesn't understand what she's doing, but she's abusing other kids.
Okay. So here, obviously we don't want, because it's a negative, again, a lot of time what happens is when the child is using that abusive language, adults tend to interfere there and say, okay, don't say this, otherwise I'll do this. Otherwise, if you use these words today when you're going to the park, I'll not give you the. So ये हमें first thing है जो हमें नहीं करना है. This we are not going to do. Then the second thing is
just hold on. Deepti, mute everybody. Please continue.
Yeah. So first thing is कि हमें ये नहीं करना है कि हम पहले से ही बच्चे को धमकाना शुरू कर दें कि ये करोगे तो तुम्हें चॉकलेट नहीं मिलेगी, वो करोगे तो तुम्हें ये नहीं मिलेगा, या आज टीवी बंद कर दूंगी अगर तुमने नीचे जाके ये वर्ड यूज किया. तो ये मेथड नहीं यूज करना है. वी हैव टू use a lot of social stories. Take another person or another a storybook maybe, where you can picture storybook where you can think, oh, this was a boy who was going and wanted to play with friends. He had a lot of friends. but one day he said something which was not pleasant and which was not good, and he lost his friends, he didn't have friends. So things like that, storytelling, indirect ways से भी आप उनको convey कर सकते हो, और फिर आप उनको जब when they're in a good mood with you, playing happy, then you can teach them, okay, this if you say like this, maybe it's not going to make others happy, they don't feel good about it, तो आप अगर ये बोलेंगे तो हो सकता है कि आपसे नहीं खेलना चाहें या फ्रेंडशिप नहीं करना चाहें. So use those kinds of ways कि you lose your friends. So if you behave like this, and also teach them the right thing to do at the same time when they are in a pleasant mood, right? और कभी कभी आपको ये भी आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि if the child trying to take your negative attention by saying it, then you have to ignore and completely ignore that behavior and divert the child. If the child is trying to grab a negative, is intentionally doing it, is trying to grab a negative thing from negative attention from you.
Okay, so basically not to pay attention to any negative activity and reinforce the positive activity.
Yes.
Okay, great. Next question is not related to behavior, but if you can answer, that would be helpful for her daughter, Priyanka. Priyanka's daughter is 6 months old. She has a AFP in heart. So the doctor gave her iron drops twice a day, but that is constipating her.
Right. So I guess iron drops has some side effects like constipation. Sometimes it can irritate the bowel and cause a little loose stool also. But at the same time, I would say also look into the diet that the child is taking. Is the child taking enough amount of liquids? It can increase the fiber intake for the child. And because we don't want the child to be anemic. If at all, if at the same dose, the child still continues to be constipated, you can actually split that dose into 3. If you are giving 2 times, like 1 ml आप in a day दे रहे हो, 2 times में divide करके, तो make that 1 ml 3 times. So every time you will give, the quantity will be less, and 1, it increases the absorption by giving it again and again, and 2, it will reduce the side effects. So you can follow that strategy also.
Since the child is 6 months old, what all fiber can be given to a 6-month child?
Okay, a 6 months old child. So
Yeah.
there, I would suggest if they have started complementary feeding, then sometimes parents forget to give water along with the feeds that they are giving. Like they start khichdi or rava ka mixture or Cerelac or anything that they start that their pediatrician has recommended, they forget to add water. So the moment you start semi-solid food, you can actually add a little water also and give a few sips of water also. That will also help reduce the constipation. But still, if it continues, we have to also keep in mind that if we stop iron, does the constipation goes away or it still continues? So that is
Okay.
also an important aspect that needs to be thought of, because a lot of children, small babies with Down syndrome have the motility issues also are there. Then that also needs to be kept in mind, especially with the smaller babies.
Okay. Before I take next question, Deepthi, kindly mute everybody. Again and again, they are unmuting themselves. Thank you. I'll take the next question now. Parents, those who need to ask your question, please type in the chat box. I will take up all the questions one by one. Don't unmute yourself to ask. Next question is from Siali. My daughter is 2 years old. She does not do any activity more than 2 minutes. How to increase her concentration?
Okay. So again, here I would say that the activity probably is not very motivating for the child. And if the child is here spending only 2 minutes in an activity, you can target at working only to make her spend 5 minutes. Don't have an expectation to make her work for 15 or 20 minutes at a stretch. So 5 minutes the target rakho, work for 1 hour with activities that she likes to do the most. And the moment she is able to sustain and stay with you for 5 minutes, positively reinforce her with a physical activity where it's like if it is like a ball pool जिसमें अच्छा लगता है खेलना, या if it's a sensory play toy, or if it is a toy that she likes the most, so you can give her that as a positive reinforcer and then bring her back to the activity again. Try to spend that 5 minutes with her. Try to sustain her, engage her in for 5 minutes, and then intentionally give. Don't think that again and again I'm not going to give. But if the child is really making an effort to sustain, you are making an effort to sustain, then she deserves to get a reinforcement that she's done that task. So have a list of things that the child likes to, enjoys doing, list of the toys that she loves to do, and then if you're trying to teach something, in that teaching you can use those toys as reinforcer every time the child performs the task.
Okay. Next question is from Alka Gupta. My son is 13 years old. He gets very excited when it rains. As heavier the rain, he's getting more and more excited, clapping, laughing, keeping on repeating one sentence. I don't think actually this is a problem. Even I get excited at my age when it rains, but I guess she's specifically seeing some behavior of extra excitement. Maybe that's what she's wanting to know.
Yeah. So you can, when it is not raining at that time also, you can actually read out a book which has rain in it, or maybe how does he behave in a shower, look at that. So
Okay.
matlab exposing, sometimes if they have enough exposure, then the actual exposure doesn't really give an outburst or an extraordinary response, because little exposure has already happened and the child is a little used to. बहुत overwhelming नहीं होता है. फिर जो जैसे बारिश हुआ, rains हुआ, तो it became very overwhelming for the child and he started jumping. So अगर थोड़ा exposure in the form of a picture, in the form of a storybook, in the form of a shower, exposure in a shower, those kinds of things are happening little by little, तो actual scenario में इतना overwhelming response नहीं रहेगा. That's how I think you can control, or if the child is happy and is not something which is not socially unacceptable, I don't think you really need to worry so much about it.
Frankly,
Hello,
I get
hello, ma'am.
excited.
Hello, sir. Can I
Yeah,
add
please
this?
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When at home it is controllable, the things are behavior, and I मतलब किसी और काम में लगाती हूँ या mind change करती हूँ तो it's okay. लेकिन कहीं बाहर स्कूल में होता है या कुछ, then he disturb whole of the class and whole of the environment area. तब उस चीज को कैसे संभालना चाहिए, या क्या उसको इस चीजों के बारे में बताना चाहिए?
So I would say you can take help of the teachers also there, who can actually and see, everybody is aware ultimately that the child is excited about something which is happening. So अगर वो, मैंने बोला ना, socially unacceptable हो रहा है, तो आप उनको little exposure in different scenarios दोगे, तो उनका इतना overwhelming response नहीं होगा जहाँ वो required नहीं है. So if you show him a movie or a video और स्टोरी बुक में एक स्टोरी दिखाएंगे, और शार का एक्सपीरियंस दे सकते हो जिसमें दे एक्सपीरियंस द रेन लाइक सिनेरियो इन डिफरेंट सिचुएशंस. So then when actually it will rain, it will not over excite the child. And also you can teach certain things while it is raining. Or we what divert करने के लिए उनको we need an umbrella, we need a raincoat, कौन सी चीजें चाहिए होती हैं रेन में जाने के लिए, what it does. So yes, I think currently अगर आप उनको expose करेंगे तो उतना overwhelming response नहीं होगा जब जो अभी हो रहा है. And also you can teach the child कि if he's very excited and he's enjoying, he likes it, he can maybe start drawing instead of jumping. उसका energy का source divert कर दो into another constructive activity which is socially acceptable. Okay, आपको बहुत अच्छा लगता है ना, तो आप उस time you start drawing the picture of rain, how and show mama how it was. So उनके पास एक रहेगा thought कि okay, I can whenever it rains I need to do this, which is not socially disturbing, and it won't show that. So divert करना है उस energy को into a more channelize कर दो into another activity which is acceptable.
Okay. Next question is from Uma Bansal. My son is 13 years old and he used to rub and scratch his thumb when sitting idle. And he also gets adamant many times while doing some work and doesn't listen. Is that normal? Am I audible?
No, I think I lost your voice in between.
Should I repeat the question?
Yes, please.
Okay. The question is, the child actually rubs his thumb or scratches the thumb onto something sitting idle.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
So, see, if it
He's
is
13 years old.
If it is happening excessively, any kind of an activity which is excessively happening, and if by rubbing excessively there is some kind of a abrasion happening or some kind of a callosity happening on the thumb, and it's not acceptable behavior, then definitely we need to work at reducing it. Maybe you can give him a sponge ball whenever he you need to see, is he anxious when he's doing this again and again? Because a lot of time the child tries to find out various sensory ways to calm themselves, and those sensory way, like touching a particular kind of a thing again and again, can actually relax them. जैसे हम भी class में बैठे and we want to pay attention, so either we are writing, we'll either keep wiggling our pen like this, जैसे हम करते हैं ना again and again, or we just tap our foot on the ground. So that's a sensory way for us to pay more attention, or it's a sensory way for us to be able to concentrate or relax our anxious level by doing this. So is the child doing that kind of an activity when he's a little stressed? Just try to find out that, and then maybe giving him something like a spongy ball where he can just squeeze the ball at that time. So आप वो भी कर सकते हो, divert कर सकते हो बच्चे को. So आप directly, if you tell the child don't do this, it is not going to stop. So you have to find out first reason. Again, A, B, C works here. When is it happening and what is the consequence? उसका consequence क्या हो रहा है and आप कैसे उससे manage कर रहे हैं उस situation को, और antecedent पता चल जाएगा तो you will be able to help the child reduce that behavior.
Okay.
Again, kind of a thing is also considered as behavior. और second आपको देखना है कि sensory तो नहीं है, अगर sensory है तो फिर आप एक replace कर दोगे sensory exposure with give another sensory thing exposure जिसके कारण वो ये कम कर देंगे, and then give multiple types of sensory experiences which are useful and meaningful. कभी आपने clay दे दिया dough, कभी sensory activities कुछ और दे दिया करने के लिए, to help the child get that thing fulfilled.
Okay, so I have an add-on question to this. Is the sensory issues creating anxiety, or is the anxiety creating the sensory issues?
So it can be both ways. See, sometimes when a person is anxious, you tend to seek a sensory, you do sensory seeking to relax yourself.
Okay, okay.
And at times those sensory imbalances so much that it creates a lot of overload of sensory issues and leads to anxiety. So it is a bilateral kind of a thing. So, but if the child is seeking like a too much, it likes to spin a lot, बहुत सारा वेस्टिबुलर सीख करा या टैक्टाइल हग करना बहुत अच्छा लगता है बार बार, तो उस हिसाब से सेंसरी प्ले डिजाइन करते हैं so that that sensory need is taken care of and the child is much more comfortable and be able to pay attention. So it depends on what is happening. So वो हम डिटेल उसका assessment भी कर सकते हैं for the child if there are genuine sensory issues, and then work on the sensory system.
Okay. Hope Uma got the answer. Next question is from Dominic. His son is 13 years old and deliberately does not go to the toilet, but instead urinates and soils his underwear, knowing that we will scold him. How do we change this behavior?
He's how old is he?
13 years old.
13 years old. Okay. So working again on this is like a starting toilet training pattern again. So instead of scolding him, as I said, he may be just doing it to, he knows you're going to scold, he's going to get all the attention in the world which he wants otherwise. So make him clean himself on his own if possible. So that lengthy task when he'll have to do of cleaning himself on his own, he may not really enjoy doing it, and he'll know every time. Don't scold. Stop scolding. Just tell him you have to clean yourself. And that may be a little unpleasant, and the child will start reducing. आप scold करते हो उनको एक negative, you give a kind of a attention, a negative attention to the child, and the child enjoys that attention also, and ultimately
Actually,
ends up
this
doing
is a
it
very, yeah, this is actually a very common problem which mothers have to understand. जब बच्चा कुछ गलत कर रहा होता है तो बच्चे को टेंशन ज्यादा दिया जा रहा है. जब बच्चा चुपचाप बैठा हुआ है या कुछ अच्छा कर रहा है उसको रीइंफोर्स नहीं करते हैं. तो ये पेरेंट्स को समझना ही पड़ेगा, और इसी को हैंडल करने के कई सारे तरीके डॉक्टर ने बताए हैं, उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करना पड़ेगा. ऐसे मेरे पास बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस हैं, तो मैं कई सारे क्वेश्चंस को क्लब करके एक बार मैं मिक्स करके पूछ रहा हूँ. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम Tavneet. My daughter is 8 years old. She can perform any particular X task on her own, but she needs lots and lots of motivation or supervision to perform that. Well, I don't see any question in it. I think it's normal that the child needs supervision and motivation. It's perfectly fine. So would you like to add on?
At least she's performing. I think she's performing a task. That should be the biggest motivation for you to keep on reinforcing it. Because she's doing it.
Yeah. So there is no problem here. Next question is from Beena Chilani. My son is 13 years old, does not initiate his morning chores unless his dad helps him through, though he can independently do it. Please guide for him.
So here you can use a scheduling system where you can have a chart put up with pictures. Okay, the moment we get up, what all we are supposed to do every time we wake up. So you just tell him कि आप जैसे टाइम टेबल होता है, वीकली टाइम टेबल बना के लगा दो कि मॉर्निंग कोर्स का टाइम टेबल है ये. You just need to wake up the child, and once you've woken up the child, just tell the child कि ये आपने करना है and tick mark करना है. And once you do it like the whole week, then we are going to play a certain game that he likes to play with you all, or you'll give him some kind of a positive reinforcement for doing the task. अगर 7 days आपको लगता है too much to expect, do it for 2 days only. कि आप 2 days ये करेंगे तो 3rd day we are going to enjoy like this. And gradually increase that days. This is a behavioral technique again, I'll say. जिसमें आप उनके positive actions को एक तो motivate करोगे आप उनको, क्योंकि उनको पता है जब वो 2 days अपने आप self manage करेंगे, and every time he does, he just need to tick mark it, this I have done without assistance and I have done it myself. तो वो उनको next के लिए motivate भी करेगा क्योंकि उनको एक reinforcement मिला है. And then reinforcement need not be in the form of a chocolate, please, or a video game or a TV or something like that. Try to keep reinforcements more in the more engaging kind of games हो सकती हैं. एक लूडो या सांप सीढ़ी का गेम भी reinforcing हो सकता है, right? So those kinds of practices I think you can do.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Himani ma'am. This is Anjali Jha.
Hi Anjali.
मैम वो मेरा बेटा 4 साल का है, उसको ABA और OT थेरेपी के बाद उसकी जो थ्रोइंग बिहेवियर थी वो खत्म हो चुकी थी, बहुत कम हो चुकी थी. लेकिन अगेन अभी कुछ दिन से लास्ट वीक से उसकी थ्रोइंग बिहेव जो है वो फिर से आ गया है, चीजों को फेंकते रहता है, हवा में उछालते रहता है. तो ये कैसे क्या करें मैम?
So अभी आपका आई थिंक बिकॉज ऑफ लॉकडाउन कम हो गया, थेरेपी नहीं हो रहा है बिल्कुल भी. तो मैं आपको यही कहूंगी कि आपको तो हमने ट्रेन करके भेजा है, सिखा के भेजा है.
मैम वो मैं करती हूँ.
हाँ, तो आप वो वाले प्रैक्टिसेस करो, और अगर आपको हेल्प चाहिए तो यू कैन स्पीक विद द बिहेवियर एनालिस्ट ऑन कि मैम ये बिहेवियर्स रीइमर्ज हो गए. ABC का नोट बनाओ पहले, तो ABC करो कि कब थ्रो कर रहा है, कब कौन से कंडीशन थ्रो कर रहा है, और थ्रो करता है तो आप क्या करते हो उसके बाद. तो वो बना लो, and then we can reflect back on the program, and then again आपको सारे दोबारा से methods बता देंगे, एक बार डिस्कस कर लेंगे कि how we can work at reducing those behaviors.
Okay मैम. मैम मैं आपसे पहले Hello.
Please, yeah, please, that question is over. Please
Okay.
mute yourself. The question is over.
Thank
I
you.
would have taken that question. Yeah. There is a secondary. Please mute yourself. Deepti, mute everybody. Deepti, mute everyone, please. Yeah, there was a secondary question to the earlier question which you had answered, that an 8-year-old child doing things but without motivation and supervision not doing it. The mother wants to know how to make her independent.
Okay. So, see, it's a process. It's not, I will not be able to answer like in one go, but it's a process. Making a child independent is a whole process where you teach child every little life skills, day-to-day life skills, and involve the child. So, Abhi, you just mark what all she can do, what all life skills that she can do right now, what all activities, like can she brush her teeth herself, can she take a bath by herself, can she go to toilet and use like clean herself up and come back, can she wash hands by herself, what all activities that she requires to do in self care, what all of it can she uncheat. A lot of self-help skills which are age appropriate that the child can do, and your child can do. So ek hai 8 years old should be doing all these self-help skills, and your child can do something like maybe a 5-year-old skills. So then you start teaching from that level where your child is, and one by one take up the skill, those self-help skills, and it presentation, it has to go age appropriate, it has to be according to the child. You can't teach her things like, okay, how to manage a cash or a money matters before you teach her how to dress and wash her hands and brush her teeth. So age appropriate activities have to be taught, and one by one you start escalating once the child learns those activities to help her achieve a certain level where she will be completely independent, doing everything that she has to do.
Right. Can I share or add on to this?
Please.
Actually, most parents are actually facing the problem by comparing their child with a typical child. कि 8 साल का बच्चा ये कर सकता है, and वो उससे कहीं ना कहीं subconsciously expect करने लगते हैं कि वो बच्चा अगर कर रहा है तो ये भी करे independently. And that is where the anxiety builds up, and कहीं ना कहीं उस anxiety में उस बच्चे से expect किया जाने लगता है कि ये क्यों नहीं कर सकता. और ना कर सकने के कई सारे रीजन ये हैं कि उनके माइलस्टोन ही डिलेड होते हैं.
यस, ये एक्सेप्ट करना और
ये एक्सेप्ट करना बहुत जरूरी है पेरेंट्स के लिए.
बहुत जरूरी.
अदरवाइज यू योरसेल्फ क्रिएट मोर प्रॉब्लम्स फॉर द चाइल्ड.
यस. एंड वही है कि जो गोल्स सेट कर रहे हो, दे हैव टू बी रियलिस्टिक. यू कांट हैव
अचीवेबल गोल्स. या अचीवेबल गोल्स उनके लिए रखने पड़ेंगे.
यस.
ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम सुमंत. My daughter is 36 years and she imagines persons and talks about them. Is there a solution for that?
Okay, she imagines persons, right?
Yeah, and talks about them in.
Okay, so I think it would be nice to go through the content that she's talking when she's imagining a certain thing. That also tells you from where she has got the imaginary person or the imaginary person that she's created, to whom she's talking. And again, as I answered in my previous question, one of the previous questions also, आप उस talking को conversation में convert करो, engage the child with you or with someone or into a story telling method में आप उनको conversation में convert करने की कोशिश करो. Don't allow her to be completely into herself, self-occupied and talking to herself. Intervene there, engage, because she has a need to express, but she is expressing it in her own self to an imaginary kind of a person that she's thought of. So जब आप engage हो जाएंगे तो वो expression convert होने लगेगा meaningful में, conversation meaningful convert होने लगेगा, and she'll forget to do that kind of a meaningless talking and playing, I would say.
Okay.
Hello.
Next question.
Can I ask?
Next question. Yeah, please. Is the
Hello?
question related to the one which we discussed right now?
Yeah, just now there I'm Sumant
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Just is it a psychological problem or is there any solution for that apart from diversion?
Yes. So we also need to know that it shouldn't be hallucinating. She shouldn't be visualizing also at the same time when she's doing that. If she's visualizing also and she's hallucinating something, then then it needs treatment with medication. So we have to differentiate hallucination and that she's just simply talking to herself or trying to express something that maybe she is not able to express to one of the parents. So there, if you intervene, you start talking to her, okay, how was your day, what happened, what, she will form a bond where she'll start expressing herself to you all.
That's
And,
exactly what we are trying. We do that, but
Yeah.
whenever she is alone, she starts doing this. Whether will this result into something more of it, or can
So
it be?
something, any kind of a thing which is not very meaningful, we need to curb it down, and we need to turn it into a meaningful situation, or we need to divert the child from there, because if she keeps on doing it, obviously she'll keep on doing it even more next
More and
time.
more.
Yeah, so gradually we need to bring it down by
Yeah.
diverting her when she's doing that, or engaging her into a meaningful kind of a situation or activity, so that it gradually she will forget then and start getting engaging in a meaningful thing. We can't tell the child, don't do this talking again. You can't say. You have to
Yeah.
divert.
Divert it. But we are trying our best to do that. But yeah, she is responding that way. She
Very
is
good.
okay. She
Very
is that
good.
way.
That's
Okay.
excellent.
Sometimes she imagines her own self, and sometimes she imagines some known persons in her life, like teachers, somebody she imagines. And
So when she wants, maybe she has a need to talk to the teacher. Just ask the teacher if the teacher can
Yeah.
come on a video call and talk to her. Because these days, when you're not getting to come across people, you can motivate her. Okay, your teacher is on a video call. Why don't you talk on video call with her? So those things will really help her feel calm, relaxed, and she'll be happy also. And it will be a more meaningful interaction than just talking to an imaginary person.
that's that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next question is, please mute yourself. I will take up all the questions. I have a long list of questions. We have plenty of time. Every question will be answered. If you have a question, type it in the chat box. I will take one by one. Next question is from Jyoti Tripathi. My son is 16 years old. He does all his work. He reads, he writes, he helps in housework, he plays game, everything he does. What we should do it for his better future. I'm worried at times he starts laughing on its own, overreacts, and when he meets someone. 16 years old child.
Okay. So see, when a child is overexcited on meeting a new person, that means he has a certain amount of a need to socialize, which get fulfilled when he becomes very happy there. So again, that happy behavior is whether it is you can use various methods. Actually, these are social skills. So you can use a lot of social skills. What is socially acceptable, socially unacceptable behavior? वो आप picture method से, social stories के through, you can keep conveying what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. That is one aspect. The second is, if he really has a need to come talk to people, or he enjoys, you can give him a little more exposure of being with people, with friends, and communicating with them, so that again, that once a child is exposed to it and again, then he will not have an overwhelming response to a certain situation when that situation he is in. So that is something important, that आप experience कराते जाओ बच्चे को again and again, so that the child is more and more. See, what happens is when they get exposed to a new situation, a new environment, new person, either they will be so anxious or or they will be too fearful and restless, or they'll be overwhelmed. So वो overwhelmed वाला fact है वो, और या anxiety है, both we can reduce by little, by exposing them to that kind of an environment again and again, little by little, so that that response is a little controlled in actual situation.
Rajeshwari is asking, though it's a similar question which you have already answered, so in short can be a reply. 9-year-old son, working with him, he does things well if I'm with him throughout. But the moment I leave, he does not work. Same question, how to make him do it independently?
Yeah. So
a short
again,
answer would
here
be okay.
Here I would say, if the child is not working on by himself, don't expect him to work for like 1 hour by himself. You can tell him, okay, you finished this particular task and I'm joining you back in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. To start with small portion of time where he's left to work independently, and gradually build on to increase. And every time that he does it, you reinforce it in some way. Chahe aap shabash kar do, very good, you are such a darling, and something like that. Even saying things help at times.
Okay. Next question is from Anita. Her daughter is 20 years old, still chews finger, and needs some string in the hand as prompt, which she keeps playing with. It is to occupy her one hand all the time. We have tried, but no success. She becomes hysterical if we don't give her the prompt string.
So try replacing a string with something before you try taking off the thing here. Or you can just work at replacing the string with some other item first of all.
Since the child is 20, since the child is 20 years old, could it be a anxiety related issue which is getting demonstrated?
It could be again. Yes, it could be. See in which scenario the child is using the string the most, or when the child is going out, is it when the child is going to school that she wants, or to somebody's house, or even at home she's doing it. So same method, you need to find out when is that particular behavior getting triggered, and if you take it away, then the child feels in distress. So sometimes a little bit of medication can also help, along with some behavior counseling can be done along with it to support the child, and then simultaneously work at replacing the object.
Okay. Next question is from Sonia again. If our children's repeating the same questions, what does it mean? Do they forget what they have just replied or they have asked earlier? Or do they want to get attention? Because in your session, you told Alzheimer and amnesia. So how can a parent recognize that this could be one of the signs? Should we contact the doctor in this case or not?
Yeah, so dementia is not happening in the early years or young adult, in the teenager age, or it happens towards the as they grow older. So then if that is happening, and it will not have just that one question thing, it will be like in most of the, it will be reflected in a lot of other areas also. Like if the child has done brushing, he's forgotten and he's going to brush again. If he's bathed, he'll say, oh, I haven't bathed, I want to bathe again. Khana kha liya, lunch kar liya, but he'll say, oh, I didn't eat food. Now you have given me lunch today. So those kinds of things will be there. Repeating if the child is really small, sometimes when they're developing a lot of language, then also they tend to repeat a lot of stuff, whatever is spoken to them. So we need to know what is the age where the child is. Dementia will not start happening much in very younger age groups. It happens as they grow older. Alzheimer is also towards the older part, post-adulthood, I would say.
Rajeshwari have another question. One more. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. One more behavior question. He keeps troubling his grandmother if she sits. He troubles her and doesn't accept what she tried and can't give continuous attention to him, but he loves her so much as she gives him a lot of time to play with. It's a related question. So it's a 9-year-old child, the same old child which we discussed.
Yeah.
It's attention seeking problem, and basically the child needs more. As a parent, I can add to this. बच्चे को कभी अकेला मत छोड़िए. Simple. घर के अंदर बच्चा अकेला नहीं रहना चाहिए. To all the parents, to all the mothers specifically, keeps the child engaged either in an activity or in a play activity, या नहीं तो घर में कोई बच्चे से continuously बात करता रहे. आप बच्चे को अकेला छोड़ेंगे, anxiety by default बढ़ेगी.
And even they'll keep having the thought which is creating anxiety for them. तो वो सोचेंगे भी और करेंगे भी once they are left alone.
Yeah. Next question I'll take from Usha Goswami.
Hello,
ma'am. Hello. Yeah.
So can I just ask a thing? Yes, sir.
Rajesh, yeah, please go ahead.
So regarding troubling his grandmother, like he doesn't accept that she's tired or she can't give him the time all the time. Like he wants to be with her.
That's perfectly fine. You don't expect the child of that age having Down syndrome who does not understand things. You are expecting him to understand. That's your problem, not the child's problem.
He keeps troubling her. He doesn't allow her to rest. He doesn't allow her
So
to
you need to find other ways to engage
someone
him.
else
Give him more interesting activity. So he will leave the grandmother.
Yes. And somebody else maybe to take care of the child, to engage the child in the same way as the grandmother does probably. In same enjoyable way. तो और थोड़ा सा एक obsession भी होता है बच्चों में कि हमने ये काम इसके साथ करना है तो इसी के साथ करना है, किसी और के साथ नहीं
Exactly.
करेंगे.
He doesn't want anybody. He wants his grandmother only.
So that has to be broken by expanding the interest. But if you say कि अच्छा 5 meals grandmother देती है, one meal you start giving him. One of the meals you'll have with mommy, and 4 you can have with grandmother. Then gradually, okay, 2 meals you'll have with mommy. Make that enjoyable time. So gradually you can do this switching. But suddenly, if you tell the child, it will not happen. But gradually you can work at doing. So उनको आप multiple लोगों को expose करो. Let different members of the family engage him for a few hours every time, so that the child is happy, comfortable, and not anxious with other members of the family.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'm skipping certain questions which have already been answered. So please give me some time. So I scroll through and then we end.
Sure.
Sweetie is asking a question. It's not a behavior related, but just it's an important question. 6 years daughter TV पास जाके देखती है. आई टेस्ट कराई है, but वो पास से ही देखती है. कुछ भी करो नहीं मानती. कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं? बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है. Would you like to add to it? बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है ये.
So पास से देखती है means how close? ऐसे करके देखती है एकदम.
Yeah, most kids have either hearing issue or vision issue, and that's why they do this. So
Yeah.
hearing and vision needs to be corrected, और उसे पास से टीवी नहीं देखने देना है.
Yes, because TV has its own screen, any kind of screen for that matter, not just TV, even mobile या laptop या iPad, कुछ भी ऐसे नहीं देखने का.
Okay. Generalized question most parents are asking. एक एक्टिविटी में एंगेज हुए बच्चे, चाहे वो खेलने को लेके होंगे या कोई खिलौना उनके हाथ में है या टीवी देखने के लिए बैठे हैं या कोई पर्टिकुलर कार्टून देखने के लिए बैठे हैं, उस टास्क से दूसरे टास्क में स्विच करना बहुत ही इम्पॉसिबल होता है मदर्स के लिए. ये कई सारे क्वेश्चन आए हुए हैं जो इसी से रिलेटेड हैं, तो मैं उसको एक पूरा क्वेश्चन बना के पूछ रहा हूँ. हाउ टू मेक द चाइल्ड स्विच ओवर इजीली टू अनदर टास्क, कि इसका टाइम खत्म हो गया है और दूसरे टास्क में जाना है हमें.
Right. इसको हम ट्रांजिशन कहते हैं, फ्रॉम वन एक्टिविटी टू अनदर एक्टिविटी. सो एज आई सेड, एंजाइटी सबसे ज्यादा ड्यूरिंग ट्रांजिशंस होती है. सो द चाइल्ड इज एंशियस व्हेन द चाइल्ड हैज टू ट्रांजिट फ्रॉम वन एक्टिविटी टू अनदर. लेट इट बी, चाहे खाना खा रहे हैं, अब खाना खाने से बेड टाइम पे जाना है, दैट्स अ सिंपल रूटीन एंड ऑफ एन एक्टिविटी. पर ट्रांजिशन करने में बच्चे को एंजाइटी भी हो रहा है. सो व्हाट यू कैन डू टू allure that anxiety is start telling on informing the child in the beginning. So we are going to have food. When the child is having food, at that time if the child is quiet, शांत, उसका anxious नहीं है, आप तभी से उनको prep करना शुरू कर दो for the next activity कि इसके बाद we are going to relax, we are going to have bedtime, हम सोने जाएंगे और सोने के टाइम हम ये करेंगे, स्टोरी सुनेंगे, and we are going to be relaxed, we are going to talk to mummy in bed. आप जब पहले से तैयार करना शुरू कर दोगे इमोशनली, मेंटली, तो एंजाइटी थोड़ा सा कम हो जाता है. आप if you are going out, let's suppose you have to go outside the house and आपको या आपके घर में neighbor आ रहे हैं, तो you start preparing the child right in the beginning. Sometimes the preparation can start happening even couple of days earlier. Vaccination के लिए जाना है and the child suddenly is very disturbed when you reach the clinic. So once you start preparing the child emotionally, mentally, in the form of stories, in the form of conversations, then or sometimes role play भी कर सकते हैं घर में कि डॉक्टर का विजिट कैसा होता है. So mummy is a doctor and so वो experience करते हैं जब, then when they experience the second time, it's less. So if I tell one of the parent that out of all these suddenly के you are not hosting this and he has or she has to host it, obviously she'll panic. How do I do? I don't know how to use Zoom. I don't know how to talk. But अगर आप उनको 5 times experience करा दोगे how to host or moderate a program, she will be confident or he'll be confident to do it because now they know the steps to it. So any transition, if you give them experience, prepare the child emotionally, mentally, they will be much more ready inside. Anxiety will be less for the transition. That can
Great. So this ends our Q&A. I have finished all the questions. They were journalized questions mixed up together, so I've taken it up in the last. Over to you, Rashmi ji.
Yeah. Dr. Himani, you are just awesome, amazing, really. I always tell the parents, believe in yourself you are the best therapist for your child. So thank you so much. I would like Dr. Rekha Ramachandran to speak a few words. Rekha ma, please.
Thank you, Rashmi. Himani, mental wellness, as explained by you today, is just a second. Okay, was absolutely the most relaxing, and every part of the approach that you have had has been so clear. Keeping targets age specific, using positive reinforcers, and getting rid of the negative feedback is the base of your amazing program. We definitely need more of your programs, and we would welcome you to the Down Syndrome Federation and try to grab you as quickly as we can, because we need more people like you who are, sort of transferring your energies. And I think today every parent who heard you is feeling good about themselves. We have named you Surya Gandhi, a flower.
Thank you so
Wow.
much. Thank you so much.
Honestly, you have transferred your rays, and in the South, we call them Surya Kanti. And it is so beautiful that we see the sun shine through you. Thank you so much for everything that you have said. And each word that you have told us is either from experience. It's not because this is learned or studied. It comes from the fact that you care. And we want more caring people. Thank you so much, Himani. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you so much. It was indeed my honor and pleasure to be a
like
part.
you. 3 cheers to you.
Thank you so much.
Give her a big clap, all of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was indeed my pleasure to be a part of and to be actually sharing what I feel and know with all of you all.
God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Dipti, can you give a thank you note, please?
Thank you, Rashmi ma'am. Thank you so much, Rekha ma, for your time and gracious presence. I would like to thank you and the Down Syndrome Federation of India for all the support. And I would also like to thank Himani for such a knowledgeable presentation and for guiding our parents through their queries and concerns, and that too so patiently. Seriously, hats off to you. Thank you, Ranjan, for moderating this event to the perfection and also for allowing me time to speak.
My pleasure.
And above all, thank you, parents, for your enthusiastic participation. We are planning more such sessions, so stay tuned to our groups on WhatsApp, Telegram, and Facebook. One such session is planned for 29th with Dr. Neena Webb. We will be sharing the details with you very soon. So please stay indoors, stay safe, stay healthy, and take a very good care of yourself. We will be now signing off. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.